YOLO! Shalom. Shalom. Got a little bit of a chill. Well, I was supposed to work yesterday. Right, yesterday. Friday, or not Friday, Thursday, sorry. Yeah, I was supposed to work Thursday. And I ended up finding out that the schedule wasn't put up until pretty much Thursday, I guess.
They're here. No one lays there.
And I'm sitting there like, what the fuck, dude? Are you serious?
Can't handle your voice.
This lag is horrible! Oh my god, I can't see shit. Where am I at? What the fuck, game? Are you serious? Other than the terrible lag, I can't see shit. Oh my fucking god, I hate this fucking thing. Sorry about that. That's fucking ridiculous. This lag, I'm lagging on single player mode. Like, what the fuck, dude?
Wave 1.
Why is it lagging?
Blood.
It is so bad.
How do you like it now? What? No, naughty escapes me.
Dude, that's pretty good, man.
Terrible, but that's just the warm-up. A little fun. I made a list. I checked it twice. Did Santa poison you?
Stop lagging, you piece of shit.
Evil is afoot. No silent night for you. Just pain.
I never had this problem on PS4. Only on PS5.
You'll still die.
I hate when they bring out new consoles and they fucking suck. Like, they're just like average base consoles. They're like, oh, they're so powerful and so good, and they end up being shite. Anyway. They should have stopped that PlayStation 4 Pro. For real. Like, for this. Well, anyway, with work and that, I'm getting more hours.
That one's brutal.
I'm happy for that. I'm getting more hours than that. I talked to my GM and that. I told her just like, hey, you know, like, keep my hours the same, keep my days the same. You know, so I know just keep it Thursday through Monday. So I know exactly what to do because I don't want to come up in here and look. I want to have. Oh my god. Anyway, I sort of keep my days the same. Don't change them. And I said, don't hire people and take my hours away again, you know, because that's what you did before. And
Now
No, I literally told her this. And she acted like I didn't know that she was trying to get me to quit over bullshit. And it's like, don't listen to any of these girls. And every time any of these girls talk, they're all young, they're all stupid, they have no idea what the fuck they're talking about. Like, every single time you listen to another woman say something that, normally, they're not telling you the truth because they don't know. It's one thing I hate most. When you listen to someone, you listen to them. Man or woman, if you think all men are bad in that because you have bad choices with men, that's not my problem. What the fuck? What is it?
Why is that too good for you?
If I thought there was anything but luck, I would be aggressive. Area remains
Fuck off, bitch. Yeah, I love these grenades though.
Too much nutmeg, naughty?
But yeah, I just told her, like, just leave my stuff the same. Like, I said, and also, like, I'm not mad at you in that, but, you know, when you're trying to favoritism other people and that because you're listening to other people that actually don't even know me, it really does defiantly fucking make me upset. Especially knowing that you guys are all women here. And I'm like, there's only quite a few males here. It's mostly just women that I work with. And I have a woman GM. Of course they're going to believe women over men. No. That's not how you do it, though. Number one, you don't believe no one until you get enough evidence to believe this. Right? I have fucking all these emotions and crap, all these feelings, and they instantly just think, men are bad because I'm a woman. No, man. There's some horrible women out there. There's horrible men out there. Not saying anyone's horrible, but they're assuming too much. Number one, they were assuming I was trying to pick them up. I don't have any of these girls' numbers that I just talked to at work. I'm just nice to. I joke around with, do a little flirtatious act. Okay, they're single, you know, whatever. You're trying to... The whole pick-me-up thing is fucking ridiculous.
It's Santa poison you.
It's just like... Then when I had to finally say something to her, that's with the conversations that we had, she was like, oh no. Basically, like, you know, trying to compromise with me. That, like, I'll be happier if I just get the hours that I want so I can make fucking money in this town.
And I did it all one night. How badass am I?
That's all it is. That's all I want.
What? Can't handle your voice?
You don't have enough money to live.
I mean, I'd be happy to be at White Castles if it wasn't for that stupid dumbass bitch there. And yeah, she was a bitch.
How long
No one liked this person.
survive?
But this person kept on pushing bullshit narratives, and a couple people defended me. But, you know, that's not like, I just don't know why people don't just sit there and talk. Like, hey, let's talk about this. Okay, they talk about it. Okay, which is what happened. And then I stopped working with this person. And then my GM was cool with that. She was just like, she was trying to get her to, you know, move to a different store or whatever, because she was aggravating everybody. It was really hard to work with her. That she wouldn't shut up. She was just so stupid. Like, number one, your manager has to be rather intelligent enough to deal with situations. You can't have your manager be a fucking dumb fuck. Even if they are stupid, they have to have at least some type of, like, know how to talk to people, basically. Which you don't need to be smart for that.
Even the lights of a tree in here. Poison's too good for you? No line. It's not an FBI. NAP stands for not a possibility. Oh, that's poison. It's Santa poison.
But yeah, like, I love White Castles. White Castles... My money journey would have been fucking fantastic. I probably would have got a car in that, just because I was making decent money there. And I am other places either, but still, once again, I couldn't trust people. There's some people that are just big old, you know, I would talk about certain things in private and that. We just have certain conversations, like me and the boys and that, you know. There were some, you know, some seniors there from high school and that. We'd sit there and just chit chat about stupid shit, talk about video games, girls, you know, the normal bullshit. And then also, you know, one of them would be a little attention whore, and he would go off and speak everything that we would say so he can get attention, and then fucking laugh about it and shit. And then he get mad because I want to bang his girlfriend.
Wave 6.
Wanted to, did it. She was older, so I mean, it was like...
Too much nutmeg. Poison like Scrooge's heart.
Now, as I said, I have respect towards this man. I was just like... It's like, if she was single, I was basically like bragging about his girlfriend. Like, your girlfriend's really attractive looking. I mean, like, if she was single that yet, I mean, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind dating her. Because, I mean, right now, that boy ain't worth it. That boy's a bitch boy. That boy ain't worth it at all. I mean, I talked to him for a while, and that he's definitely got some fucking issues. And once again, you know, we could have been good friends. The issues probably would have drifted away if he stopped being such a bitch. But you know what? Shit happens. Damn.
Poison's too good for you?
This is what happens when men are too emotional. They don't listen to fucking nothing. So I don't like overly emotional men. It's just like, I mean, if you are emotional, at least think that you can have some logic in your mind. Not just be like baby fight type bullshit thing. And then some people just didn't like me. Like, one of the kids there, you know, I thought I'd be cool friends with them and that. Be dorks and that. This is the same thing that happened in high school. I was a dorky-ass person in high school. I liked hanging around with the dorks. Talk about Dungeons & Dragons and shit. But they didn't see that I was part of their little, like, you know, dork fest. And I hung out better with jocks, even though I wasn't a jock. I never played sports in that. You know, I was just a dork. I played a lot of video games and shit, and it was just ridiculous. This followed me through my whole entire life. And I noticed that through my whole entire life, and that I'm an utter fucking dork. But just because my appearance establishes me being a jock. It's like, dude, fucking fuck me. So, I mean, I'm good. Girls attracted to me, but I don't want it that much. I just want to be a dork. I can't be a dork because guys get jealous of me because girls are attracted to me more. I'm like, Dude, I just want to be a dork. Leave me alone, literally.
Sometimes you gotta decorate your own tree.
But yeah, it's just... It's fucking retarded. Like, it bothers me so much.
They're right behind you.
I just like the thought of it. Like,
Almost.
I don't know, this shit just gets really dumb.
Keep the Zeds out of that area.
I really can't stay.
But yeah, but we're doing pretty good so far. My crew, I love my crew. I love my swing shift crew a lot. I like the cooks.
Wow.
I think my crew is amazing. We work really hard on that.
There's only indigestion. Better not. I spy.
It's just inside my mind. It's really hard to work for people that are just too emotional. Like, that's my biggest thing. Like I'm very bold. I'm very blunt.
You're not this good.
I'm out front. You know, I'll say things. I just
Now I feel
speak my own personal truth. You know, whatever I believe that is the truth. And it's just like, people don't want that. They're like, oh, you can't do that kind of thing. Like, I was trying to be balanced. So something happened yesterday, and there was this one guy. He's sitting there on the shitter. Dude fucking reeked. I mean, of course, he was taking a dump,
you
but
gotta
like,
decorate your own tree.
he pretty much fell asleep on the toilet. And I can hear him like do like the soft breathing stuff. Like, he's like, it's not like he was taking a shit or nothing, because he sat there for a while. So I told my manager that, and I do. We got another sleeper guy on the toilet. It seems like he's passed out on the toilet or something. And his girlfriend came in, because, you know, I'm surprised this dude had a girlfriend. But, you know, they look like dopers, but whatever. Not the judge, do what the fuck you want to do. They just look like dopers. And so she went in there and she like yelled out his name, and he like, oh yeah, hey, you know, like, he woke back up.
What? Can't.
And then he started getting pissed off at me. Because this girl was saying, yeah, someone says you're passed out in the bathroom. I'm not passed out. I'm like, you look like you were passed out, bro.
Badass.
I mean, he got like super offensive about it.
Awakening's too good.
And I'm just sitting there like, and he's just so dumb in that. Like, he was looking at me in that. He was walking up to the entrance in that. And I was sitting by the entrance, because I knew that's something. I just wanted to make sure that he was alright in that. I was by the podium in that. He's like, were you the one that was passed out talking shit about me? I was like, no, man, I was making sure that you were okay. And he started like cussing. He started like cussing me out. Well, not really cussing me out. He kind of was cussing because he knew you. He saw my stature. He ain't gonna fuck with it because he's a bitch. So, I mean, he sat there and looked, you know, barely hold on to his pants and that. Got done cussing and shit on the way out and that, saying fuck this, fuck that. I'm like, basically complaining and saying that, oh, you think I'm a dope or whatever. I'm like,
A little pressure to my.
no, I just think you passed out the fucking toilet, bro.
Keep the area secure. That means killing.
See, once again, emotions, stupid. Logic, smart. If that dude was logical, he's like, yeah, I was just really tired and I kind of dozed off a little bit. You know, thank you for, you know, thank you for worrying about me. Because, you know, I don't have to. Not like I was worried, but it was just knowing that you're sitting in the bathroom because some guy wanted to go take a dump.
Santa poison you.
Some guy went in there.
Say something.
He went in there after I went in there, and he was just sitting in there. Like, yeah, you're fucking up the toilet, bro. Get the fuck out, you know, kind of thing.
What? Can't handle your poison? Let's pound sided. Time to give it a present. I can't see.
And I was sitting there like, oh my god. I love these dopers, man. These people that are just like on whatever the fuck they're on. And I tell people, don't get on drugs. Be in reality, please. Be in reality. Get a fucking job. Make money in that. Be happy. It's pretty fucking easy, guys.
Too much nutmeg, Naughty.
Learn.
Chestnut.
Don't have a fucking attitude every 5 seconds about stupid shit. I understand people have attitudes about stuff. You know, I get it, you know, people are young and that, and they do stupid shit, blah, 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 blah. I get it, you know. But, like, as long as you're making money, you should be happy. Don't do the whole fairy tale thing and you fall in love, and I'm like, God, no one cares. That whole fairy tale thing is just, it's nothing but a fairy tale. Like, if you find someone you like in that,
Better not.
cool beans.
What? Can't handle.
Let's keep this interesting and call that a win.
That's awesome, yeah. Don't depend on it. Because if you're only focusing on getting, you know, getting laid, or you focus on getting in relationships and that, it really fucks your whole entire first 10 years up after high school. You know, I listen to a lot of guys, their stories now, they're like my age, they already, you know, made their money and that, they already made, you know, whatever they made, doesn't matter how much, as long as they're happy. You know, they start off in their 20s. The funny thing is, some people have this mentality that they're all like,
Shut it down.
well, I want to, you know, just have fun while I'm young, and then when I'm older, I want to do what? Work the fucking rest of your life? You're going to be working until you're fucking like 80 years old, walking with a fucking cane, trying to get a sit-down job, fucking hips all fucked up and shit. I mean, like, what the fuck, people? Being serious, this is how people normally think, and it blows my mind. They're like, when you're young, you should be busting your ass. I mean, if you're a female, then I get females a little bit more different than males, of course. Because females, you know, when they're younger, that they need to get a guy while they're still attractive looking, while they're still, you know, into that beauty stage of life. They could be able to, you know, look, you know, as good as they can, but you still gotta be healthy. Which means you gotta be, you know, healthy enough to not be on drugs, first of all. Drugs is literally the last thing I'll fucking sit there and be like, no. I don't give a fuck if you smoke weed or smoke cigarettes. Or even drink. All that shows me, as a person looking for a relationship, is that you can't hold your emotions. That you have to rely on drugs for your stress.
This may result in electrolysis of your fluids. This is what's called the fourth state of matter. Perhaps we don't understand each other. Isn't plasma intriguing?
Too much nutmeg, Naughty?
Do I look concerned? As you can see, I have all the latest gadgets. I'm disinterested in all but science. This may result in electrolysis of your fluids. Plasmas are useful in a large number of applications.
But people still have that mentality, though, like,
Effectively utilizing
and as I always say, the reason why people have that mentality in that,
electricity, all the better to see you. Armor experiment concluded. Excuse me while I disappear.
Now this is getting annoying.
Nice.
Placing advanced
I talk to a lot of people about that.
resources.
So you're regret when you get older. Because you only have so much time to live. And that's what they think. They think they only have so much time to live. It's like, well, I don't want to live until I'm only a certain age. Like, you're going to live whenever the fuck you die. Like, literally.
I don't know why I gave you money. Spend it.
Like the whole point of being a human being is that you're supposed to live a productive life. And your dreams and your mind, what you think, what you want to do is supposed to come true. So if you look at your life, what is coming true in your life? I said, what I want to do is coming true. You know, I always want to be someone that talks to people. I always have to be, you know, a discussionist. Talk about certain things, talk about my life, talk about other people's lives, kind of bring everything in, you know, cool stuff, you know, like, be part of everyone's life. Try to be, you know, the person that can go to people, or a person that people can go to. And sit there and be, you know, have a discussion. About anything, doesn't matter what it is. That's the whole point.
Poison is too good for you? No side
But nowadays, people are making so much money off of TikTok, off of YouTube, stuff like that, and it's becoming so, like, ridiculous that they're not learning anything. They're learning how to edit. Cool. But most of these kids start off at 13 like Mr. Beast. They start making money,
too much nutmeg, buddy.
and all of a sudden, you know, they're in their early 20s. They never worked a job in their lifetime, a real job.
Poison's too good for you? Chestnuts. Do you hear what I...
This sounds merely surprising. What a cookie.
And that's what it is. They never had to deal with society as much. I mean, they probably lived in shitty neighborhoods and that, or wherever it is. Cool beans. But, like, before they even turned fucking, like, 20 or 18 years old, they already made their first fucking, like, $100,000 or so, if not more.
Can't handle you.
People work their whole entire lives for it. And it's because, you know, they don't want to be a superstar and that. They don't want to be famous and
Helping you somehow.
be online and shit too much. I get it. But people always imagine about being like, okay, what would you do if you got $1 million, so to speak? Like, that would be like the branch. I'm making about $40,000 a year if you put it into a fund. You know, would you spend it all, be a celebrity? This is what the biggest thing that people think. Oh, I'll be a celebrity. I buy a yacht and go on there and get a bunch of hoes. That's the first thing most people, especially guys will always think that, for the most part. Oh, I'll get all the hot girls with the big old boobies and, you know, booties and that. And like, dude, that's not. That's the biggest waste of money, is the waste of fucking women. What the fuck, dude? Not like saying like girlfriend or like someone you're married to, but basically hoes
Too much nutmeg.
or potential hoes.
How badass am I? So badass. Oh, 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 oh. Poison's too good for you? Hello, blood cow.
Yeah, like younger people I get in that, like being my age and that, I'm just like, I invested. I still work. I still stock money. Now, I don't even think that money ever existed.
Guess not. Did Santa poison you?
Go to the pond. Buy things.
I get myself situated, and I get myself a little car and that, and I'll finally actually drive and blah, blah, blah.
Account for that in the next batch of flesh pounds. It won't be that.
Because the basics of society that, like, they always do like this. This is how people actually train people that actually want to make money now. They're like, okay, 16 to 18, you get your license, and now you start driving, now you get used to the roads. Okay, you find a job that can make, say, 20 plus an hour, which is all construction jobs. All construction jobs are going to, you're going to start at least, say, 15, 20 bucks an hour. Okay, you get in there, you're with a bunch of dudes, so unfortunately, you can talk all the bullshit you want, you can talk about, all the, screwing all these girls and whatever it is, and that's just how it is. Yeah, when you're a man, you work with a bunch of men, a lot of things slide, because there ain't no women around, because women get offended, if they do get offended in that, they can be big old dicks, and it's like, oh my god, you're talking about me? No, I ain't talking about you. This is what I don't like about the whole feminist movement or the Me Too bullshit. Accusational harm is what the biggest problem is. So someone could say it. That's almost happened to me at the top of my. Someone could say, this person's flirting with me and they're trying to get with me. And there's no signs of it all. There's no signs of me anybody getting closer to this person if they're a male and that. And then this is why I say specific things. They're all trying to inside their mind that you know why most women or most men do say specific things. It's because they want it themselves. This is what I've learned about minds. When someone thinks it, they think everybody else around them thinks it. It's just like, no one thinks it but you. And they do think it. They're thinking it because they're noticing that you are doing it. So there's a scenario that if someone said something that someone was doing, and they didn't know why they did it, and they thought they were doing it because they were trying to pick them up. And it's like, but they give no signs of asking them out or asking for numbers and that. They were just thinking oh, they look at me. Okay, so if someone looked at you, it means they're attracted to you. It doesn't mean they want to get with you. There's signs of getting with people. There's attraction and there's personality. So personality is the things you do in general, like how you walk, how you talk, how you work, stuff like that. It shows with personality. Looks are just looks. If you're skinny and you look, you're skinny, you got the boobs and blah 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 blah, and the guy's got arms and that, he's looking, he's got muscles and shit. Then we're just all appearances. That doesn't dictate anything of what that person does. Just like my job title does not dictate who I am at all. A lot of people tell me that, I'm at work and that, I'll be like, oh, you're just a dishwasher. Okay. You just flip burgers all day, bro. I don't just flip burgers all day. Well, I don't just wash dishes all day now, do I? They use job titlement to think how your personality is. Well, because you're dumb and that you're a dishwasher. No, I'm a dishwasher because I'm just a dishwasher. I don't need a lot of money. My money value is very low because I don't have anything. I don't live on my own. I live with my parents. I live in a different part of the house. I have my own little room. Eventually gonna have, my own stuff and that. I don't care. And guess what? Men only think this. Men don't tell me, well, you'll never get a girl. And I'm like, dude, I don't need to have that luxury at all. I already have luxury. I don't need to prove to anyone. I don't need to have money. This is the one thing that pisses me off about most males. Especially stupid males. They're like, well, you need money. Yeah, you need money to get a prostitute. You need money to get a stripper to sit on you. I don't need money for a woman to get close to me. Because inside their mind, they think every woman is like a prostitute. I'm like, no, they're not. That's the worst thing ever. I hear this conversation all the time. Well, the reason why girls don't like you is you don't have money in that. Yeah, the reason why only half the girls that like you are a whole bunch of sluts and whores and have 15 kids. I'm like, oh, okay, there's your problem right there. It blows my mind. People are like, "Urgh." Like they think one way, and it's never been that way. It, it does. It blows my mind. I listen to it all the time. And every time let's do it, it's people that are just, well, they're just dumb. Like, they don't know anything. I always say, if you don't research anything, how the fuck are you supposed to know anything? It's like when you listen to people and that, you want to be like someone else, that being yourself. There's your problem right there.
What? Can't handle your poison? Chestnuts. Sometimes you gotta decorate your own drink. Too much nutmeg, not hot. Let's pound sided. Time to give it a present. Someone is in a very bad...
Dude, this gun is so amazing.
Did Santa poison you? How badass is that? So badass. A little present to myself. Too much nuts.
Spare you, Josh.
But yeah, that shit's funny though.
Right aside, just shut the pod. We'll salvage what we can from that flesh pound.
Like, say there's I've been noticing there's this one girl working there. I've been noticing little signs with her that she likes me, that she's trying to get closer to me, but the actions are they're not honest. They're not 100%. It's like, I call it peekaboo emotions. So what peekaboo emotions are is basically, what is peekaboo? They're hidden explosive emotions. So like, you'll hide, and then when you feel that the time is right, you'll explode with emotions. I don't know, a lot of girls do this stuff and that. And a lot of times it comes with lack of confidence. They don't have the confidence to be up front. So they'll sit there and they'll be all like, you know, it's like, oh, if you're hot and heavy for someone that you're like, oh, I'm hot and heavy for, oh, what's he gonna think about me, blah, blah, blah. And you get the person who's just sitting there like saying like, yeah, I like you, I think you're really beautiful in that. Some women don't believe that they're beautiful. They'll look at they'll look at certain things about them. Doesn't matter what you think. Hold on, you sneeze. Oh, fuck myself. Saw some dust on my little headset. Gotta give it a good blowjob. Ha. But yeah, it doesn't matter what the person thinks about what that person is assuming or telling them. So if someone says that they're beautiful in that, and they're like, oh, I'm not beautiful in that. It doesn't matter what you think. It matters what that person thinks. That person sees something that evidently you don't see. That's what confidence is. I do it with myself, so there's some days I look at myself, I look fucking amazing. I look at myself, I'm like, man, I look good. I'm a good-looking guy in that.
Poison's too good for you?
But then some days, when I look at myself, I'm just like, man, I don't look so good today. Yeah.
What? Can't handle your poison?
It's weird how it's like that, but it's just like that.
Oh, poison, huh? Bring it. I'm dead. much nutmeg. Chestnuts. Poison. I don't know.
The fuck is on me? What the fuck? Can I look? Can I see? What the? What? How many guys did I have on me? I couldn't even fucking tell. Oh my god. Oh no, I threw my grenade and my grenade never opened up. It like went through the floor. Fuck you, game. Right up in your fucking asshole. I see more open map. Prison's way too closed in. Okay. I love this map. I love how big it is.
Poison's too good for you. No side of the night for you, huh?
Oh my god.
Let us return to the blood and violence.
Sure. That fucking lag. So when I go into a new area, like it has to load the area. There's a moth in my room.
Nice and toasty warm. Happy Santa.
But yeah, like all I want is to be welcomed into something, even though my personality is very bold. Like if someone ever asks me a question about certain things, I give them like a validated answer, which I normally do.
Sometimes you gotta decorate your own tree. Donner's chestnuts.
Hurry up and talk.
Too much nutmeg, naughty.
But I never have anyone ever come up to me and be like, fuck, I barely have people come up to me saying how I'm doing. Like people are starting to do it more, but like most times they never say hi to me. Like, you know, I always gotta be the one that'd be like, oh hey, how you doing, kind of thing, and that people always say, well, it always goes both ways, kind of thing. I'm like, well, it does.
Your achievement means nothing.
But it's nice to notice that people actually are trying to be, let's say, part of the team, kind of thing. Because that happened with my childhood, though. So, like, my childhood, I never really got as much attention that my older brother got. Because my older brother got all the attention in the world. I know, he was the first one that did pretty much everything or whatever it was. You know, I was always following them around, my brothers and that. I never really did anything I want. I mean, I did stuff that I wanted to do and that, but...
I don't see it, but I smell it. Too much nutmeg, naughty? How badass am I? So bad. Chestnut. did Santa poison you?
But yeah, it's been the basic mold. That's why I am the way I am. I mean, other than my growth of like not being angered all the time and shit.
I will make sure the next bed is more challenging.
I think people that have anxiety and have depression is because they don't do the things they want to do and they try to hide it.
My generosity in activating
That's
control
basically
will
what it
not
is.
last forever, Peggy.
Every time I talk to anyone, like, well, I have depression, I take anxiety medication, like, and the thing is, they're young as hell, they're like 16 years old and shit. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, how the fuck you taking anxiety? Oh, I have anxiety. Why do you have anxiety for? It's like, well, I don't know. So you don't even know why you have anxiety, but you're just gonna take a bunch of medication for it?
So cozy.
Let's ask the question why you have anxiety. A lot of it's pretty simple. Because you don't do nothing. See, when you plateau yourself to not do anything, your mind is trying to break out of that prison, which what happens is you overly think things. So you start thinking about things. That's why you get a lot of people like read books and shit. They like to keep their mind out of reality. That's why people do drugs. That's why people play a lot of video games and that, because they want to keep their mind out of reality. Now, how much you want your mind out of reality? You know? Sometimes it could be only a little bit.
No Zeds in it.
Like for me, mine's a little bit. I get bored.
There's cloaking here. Rot from the inside. Poison's too good for you? I can smell them. Did Santa forget anyone?
That's why it's good to have like a thrilling job or a job that you actually can maintain, you actually do like that. Like, I love customer service stuff. I love talking to people and that. I honestly do. There was just one DoorDash girl. Well, she was a lady in that, but girl, boy, whatever. She was a girl. And I was talking to her. She's an older, she's an older lady in that, and she was up at. I was walking home, and I saw her in the car, and that she was at Wendy's waiting for a DoorDash. So I was talking to her, just chat with her, and that she was, all happy, and that. She's like, oh, all happy because someone that she's noticed, that she's probably attracted to, but doesn't think of like, oh my god, this stuff. Whatever she thinks, whatever she thinks, And it was just nice that me and her having a conversation. She never tried to pick me up in that, any of that stuff. And that's like the first thing people like to think. But most times when you're intelligent and you have a logical standing point in your mind, normally you don't just pick up just people just to pick up. You're very careful. You're not careless. You actually care about who you, least pick up in that. And so me and her had a good conversation. It was thundering outside a little bit. It was like a thunderstorm happening. It was like drizzling a little bit. It kind of rained a little bit after I got them talking. And this was Tuesday of last week. Nah, this was just Tuesday because today's Saturday. And so me and her had a really good conversation. I'd say it was probably like 10:40 something or something like that. So we had a good conversation and she was talking about what happened with her and that. She's like, I got sick and that. She's about ready to, she's still going to do DoorDash that, but I think she's about ready to go on Social Security or disability or retire or something like that. I'm like, oh, that's cool and that,
Not very well to me.
But she still wants to do DoorDash and that. I'm like, yeah, keep doing DoorDash. I mean, DoorDash evidently makes pretty good money now. I was like, oh, I'm happy that you're better and that and all that stuff. Because I don't like when people are sick, especially good people. When I know that someone's good for the most part, or at least has somewhat of a good mind, I don't care how crazy they are with a personality and that, because that is who you are. You could be a cool person and still have a little bit fucked up thoughts. Most people do. But being truthful with yourself is the best thing. And so we had a long conversation. It was back and forth, you know, just she's talking about, you know, what's going on with her and that she was sick and that, like I said, and, you know, that. And I say, well, everyone else is getting sick and that.
Wave 6.
There's always when allergies start to get high and they start building up mucus, not only people get a lot of bacterial issues, they start getting the coughs and shit.
Did Santa poison you? Elf killer. Poison like Scrooge. Oh, that's poison. I made it lit.
And so as we were having a conversation that, you know,
Oh,
it was just nice. It was nice just to have a conversations, you know, talking that, you know. And
too much nutmeg, naughty.
And, you know, I always just all the DoorDash people that come in. I don't do with the dudes as much, because sometimes the dudes just don't like to talk. And like I said, dudes do not like talking to me. Dudes fucking hate my ass. It's like, only some of them do. No, they're like conservative-based people, and they're high spiritual people that'll talk to me, but normally if they're like I try to start a conversation with one of the guys and that. He's a good-looking guy, you know. He's a very, you know, a handsome man that. I don't know if he was gay or not, because he was acting a little awkward, but I think he was just really shy. And, so we were having a conversation that, and talking about, you know, whatever, and that. I was eating like a bowl of fruits or whatever, because I was starving. It was right before I left work and that, because I like to eat something before I leave. I think a little bit of fruits ain't gonna fucking kill their little budget thing they have going on. And so I tried to talk to this guy and that, talk about his DoorDash and all that stuff and that. People get whole conversations for shit. Like, people don't know, it's like, people always think every time someone tries to talk to them that they're trying to pick them up. I mean, that's serious. Everyone always thinks that. You're talking, you're trying to pick me up. I'm not trying to pick you up, dummy. I'm just trying to talk to you. Oh, yeah, I talk to you. You're trying to pick me up. No, no one's trying to pick you up. You know what makes it really uncomfortable or unconfident is when you're trying to think everyone's trying to get with you. Yeah, I could say, yeah, people like me. Cool beans. I can tell when a girl likes me. It's pretty fucking obvious. The one thing that you don't learn in high school or say in college is how to pick up women.
Let's pound sided. Time to give it a present.
You won with the perfect ball.
There's quite a few things women won't fucking tell you.
What?
Number one, when a woman gets touchy with you, it's a huge sign that they probably have some type of like for you. Because no woman touches a man unless they're attracted to him.
Poison is not Christmas.
Unless they're manipulating them. Most times it's attraction.
I see you, Iris.
Or they look at you a lot. They give you some type of like physical attention.
It's totally secure.
And sometimes that's only one of the things.
Sometimes you gotta decorate your own tree.
Another one of the things is like they'll try to talk to you a lot.
Nice and toasty, warm. Happy Santa.
They'll always want to be around you. I always want to be somewhat close to you.
Your achievement means nothing.
Because it's just attraction. They're just attracted to you. And sometimes mature women, you know, they'll do it in spurts, where they'll be like normal friends with you. These are the girls that probably, you know, had intercourse multiple times. They probably have, you know, a couple of dudes they've done stuff with and that. So they're more comfortable. So they're not going to be all, like, shy and that about it. And sometimes girls are shy and that, and hey guys, too, they're like,
If you can.
in their, like, own little way, they're like massive perverts.
much nuts to take. How badass am I? So.
That's why I tell people, be careful, you know.
Oh, poison, huh? Bring it. What? Can't handle your poison?
Even like the younger people now, like if you're younger or not, you're like into your attraction phase and that, be careful. Like, don't give in too much. I tell everybody that. It's just like when I look at a younger lady in that, say like she's like starting to go through high school and that. And I know that she's attractive. I'll sit there and just, like, hey, you know what? Be careful. You know, just don't talk to any guy. Don't talk to every guy. Just, you know.
Too much nuts.
Because like it's extremely important to keep yourself stable. Hormones are find a way to so-called alleviate yourself, because it gets to that point where your hormones are going to want you to reproduce, and that's not what you need to do at this moment in your life, especially being so young. You know, you're like, you know, just in high school and that. That's what normally happens. So I know plenty of girls that got pregnant in high school because of that. So I talked to one of them like a couple years ago. And, she had one kid when she was like 16. She's a year younger than me, so she's 32 now. So her kid's already 16. She's got a full-grown kid walking her, or a teenager, young adult. And then she ended up having another kid. Don't have no man. Now this is shit I don't like, that people blame this on the man. Whoa, okay. Women are attractive men. Yes. I understand that men attract women as in like they're the ones that pull in women. Or pull in the people.
White chestnuts.
But every time I see that, I'm always seeing like girls with a whole bunch of kids and shit. They have no like, and it's so sad because to see how miserable they are, you can just tell. Because when I looked at this girl, she looked older. She looked like she was in her like probably like early 50s. She was having wrinkles on her face and that. Like, and she used to be a super gorgeous woman when she was, you know, younger than that. When I used to see her in high school and that. Because we were at,
Box of jingly bullets looking.
I used to have a massive crush on her. She was very attractive woman. She was skinny and that. She still is skinny and that. But like, she's always been very, you know, got that cute little face and that, stuff like that. And as you walk around with two kids and shit, it's like, damn, dude. I believe she's still living in the same apartments and that where she grew up at and that, which is fine. That, you know, as long as you get money, you float in, it doesn't matter. It's your lifestyle now. Things you're missing out on life. You know, you're missing out on a huge amount of life.
Wave 10.
And that's like the biggest thing with people in that. It's
If
1:30.
you want someone dismembered properly,
Once you miss out on like 10 years of your life, you can't get it back. Sometimes it takes you a little bit to really promote yourself, to get yourself going, because it did me.
Lots of jingly bullets looking for a hole.
Who here likes gut?
Too much nutmeg, naughty.
Oh, you might want to run now.
Say, Frosty, that Zed is still here.
I won't know. This will not happen.
Sometimes you gotta decorate your own tree. I know where all the naughty ones are.
Don't hurt the children. You failed.
It's Santa poison.
We are a family. My children will show you how much they love me.
I don't see him, but I smell
What do you
him.
think you're doing?
You are beginning to vex me.
He thought he can go over there. Because I didn't open it up yet. Normally he goes up there and he jumps up there and he hides. That's funny. Dumbass. That's okay. That's funny.
A little pressure to myself. Well, that looks better than gingerbread.
Oh my god, it's fucking lag. Jesus Christ, dude. Thank you, Jesus.
The line between bravery and stupidity is thin. Thin like your arm.
I'm not an idiot.
Ammo here.
I'm just an idiot. Huh.
The anticipation is mounting. Just 10 more seconds until the real experiment begins.
Okay, I see what time it is. Almost 1:30. I gotta say 23. It's 9 of speed. It's 10 of speed.
I prefer rain in solid form.
Give 11.
But yeah, it's just funny when you see all that stuff like that, and you can see it happening again. So that's why I like talk to people that are younger. That like, you're going down this road. It's gonna happen. It's going to happen unless you change it.
So bad.
Because the whole point of roadways and pathways and that is that you already know what is going to happen before it happens. So say like, if you sit there and you like don't know reasons why you meet people, you meet people to strategize your own personal life. So say like if I meet someone that, and I know that they're trying to like give me some advice or give me something to work with,
I will make sure the next baby.
nowadays I listen to him. So like I talked to this one older guy. He's an older rich guy in that. He has a lot of money in that. We talk about budgeting and money in that. And he tells me a lot about that financial shit. He's like, you know, money's not everything, but having a good amount of money in your life and that is the way to push life forward. Your family, your generation gets pushed forward because of the money that you make. Period.
Ammo box for some deserving boy or girl.
I guess it's crowded. And that's why I tell people now, they say, oh, I live life, spend all my money, and I can go broke and live on the fucking streets. Yeah, it's basically what you're going to do. Or you going to do the whole, like, independent thing and thinking that you could be independent, and then all of a sudden, 10, 20 years down the road, like, man, I wish I had a man. I hear that shit a lot. It's a brainwash. It's a cult. It's a brainwashing. It's all 100% cult. And like, when I see women, or I hear women talk like this and that, I'm just sitting there like, no. You do not need to be independent. You can be a strong woman. So when I say you can be a strong woman, you say strong and independent, that means that you don't want to rely on anybody else, but you rely on people to give you money, which are men.
Santa poison you.
It's like a fucking oxymoron. It's like, you're relying on men to pay you, know that, right?
Poison like Scrooge's heart. Hello, flesh pal.
Like, most men are the ones that normally pay most stuff,
Nutmeg.
right?
How badass am I?
And I like to tell people that, like, do you not understand, like, what you're even saying? Like,
Poison's too good.
you can make up all the excuses you want and say all the crap you want, but the truth is this. No matter how much you want to sit there and think that's not, you can think what the fuck you want to think. That doesn't make it true.
You want more?
God, man, it's like it's so bad when people are around me.
What? Can't handle
Because they're like listening to people now.
Yes, you are almost done with this way.
Poison is not Christmas, but you made me desperate.
So like when I listen to older people now, I listen to older women. I listen to older women too. And I listen to younger women. Younger women say, you know, either if they got good values, most of the time they have religious values and that. And I'm like, oh, I want to get married now. You know, I want to have kids and stuff and that. You know, eventually, but I want to work until we have enough money and then, you know, have the first kid and that. But they're always like, I still want to be productive though. So I hear that side. So I hear another girl saying, it's like, oh, you know, it's like, I want to cut back on working because my man wants to make all the money. I hear that side too. I'm like, that's dumb. Work more. Why do you want to be lazy? I don't understand this with women. Like, why do you want to be lazy? Why do you want to sit at home and watch Netflix all day? Why do you want to just not be productive? Like, I'm not understanding this. Like, why you want to live in fairy tale land your whole entire life until it eventually hits you at 30 and all of a sudden you're like, oh shit, I gotta start rushing to make money now. You wasted 10 years of your life. I mean, I did, but I still have,
Bullets looking for a hole.
There are no
you know, I still have my luxury that I have.
not even my
I have my massive issues. Cool beans, you know, shit happens. Other than shitty ass lag. Fuck this lag. And like,
Ammo box. Some deserving.
the more I think about it now, I'm just like,
Too much nutmeg.
damn.
Buddy.
I'm just happy I don't have kids.
Rot from the inside.
Yo, why is it lagging so shitty? I'll keep going. So I know if I would have had kids right now,
A box of jingly.
last time I was with a woman that I actually like really cared about and loved enough, that'd be a different story.
Poison is too good for you.
Hurry up and stop.
I made a list. I checked it twice.
Okay.
Completely secure.
Yay!
Helping you somehow.
I love this gun a lot. But yeah, it's like,
You gotta decorate your own tree.
you know, and then we have like, this is why I like listening to everybody. I talk to the older girls, and there was one lady I talked to, and that I talk about the same people over and over again because they have really good advice because they talk about, you know, they have it all. They have the millions of dollars and that. They have their money and that. They live a comfortable lifestyle and that. They have all the stuff they want. Gigantic fucking $500,000 house and that, or whatever it is. Probably like $700,000 now. Enormous amount of fucking profits and that. And the biggest thing, that they are literally, utterly fucking miserable.
Last chance for
And talk about it. This girl came in and we talked for like 3 hours now. She talked about what happened with her, and she said, you know, people take advantage of me because, you know, she said that, you know, her husband died or whatever, and that. I said people try to take advantage of me because of my emotions, and my husband died, and that. So I get people that I thought that were friends of mine, they end up, getting close to me. So they would have, they would have intercourse with her and all that stuff, and that they would have their fun time and that. I'm like, okay, cool. You know what? You're going down that road already, honey. You're already at that road. Like,
14.
you're still attractive looking. She's still in good shape, and that she's like 43 years old. She's still skinny, and that she still exercises, and that she looks. I mean, honestly, she looks really good. Of course, the bold asshole that I am, I basically, it's like I'd bang you, It's like you're a very attractive looking woman, that would be on the table kind of thing. You could be my sugar mom on that, Of course, she was, giggling and shit like that. She's like, I don't know if I, want, marriage again. I'm like, well, no, you shouldn't get married at your age. I mean, unless you want to, but like, I think what you just need a boyfriend. You need someone you need someone you can trust and love. Probably someone that's not so high and mighty. Basically, let's talk about my damn self. I'm not stupid. You need someone that doesn't care about money. Someone that's in there, you just chill. You like still just to hang out and shit, watch TV and that, or just talk about stupid shit and that. Me? Oh God, yeah, 100%. There's someone that's decent with kids and that. I mean, obviously they don't want to have kids and that, blah, blah, blah.
Did Santa poison you?
But the thing is with kids, you have to establish
How badass am I?
that that person is going to be
That's great.
the father. The father figure type of person. That has to come in no matter what. Yeah, this fucking lag's horrible.
More challenge.
Time to give it a present.
Reload, you dick shit.
I am the redneck. Poison is too good for this.
Yeah, I hit him right in the chest. It fucks him up.
Oh.
Nice.
Not very well.
But yeah, we talked for a while, and he told me she's like, the funnest part of my life was building the business with my husband. I have more fun doing that than I am now. It's like, why? Because you don't have anything else to do. Because when you rely on money and you make the money, it's the struggle of knowing what else to do in your life.
All those big weapons. Are you compensating for something?
That's the reason why I tell people, production is what makes you going. It's just like a machine. If a machine, you think about it, if a machine had feelings, that if a machine wasn't running, wasn't producing stuff, what else would it have to do?
Leave a messy corpse.
Exactly, absolutely nothing. There'd be nothing to do. So, like with me and that, I love going to my job. I love seeing the people I work with. We're on a good standing. That I mean, me and the manager. He's got his issues and that. He's just a jealous type. I don't give a fuck about that. I tend not to care about that at all. Anyway, I make fun of it. Oh God, yeah, dude. I love making fun of people, especially if it's just something stupid. Like it's nothing personal. It's just like you do stupid actions. You call it like, why did you do that? Like, ha ha ha. People get really offended by that shit. They go, oh my God, you're trying to make fun of me, dude. I'm like, no. I'm making fun of your actions. Because they don't make sense. I think I might go to the gym tomorrow. I don't know yet. But yeah, that stuff gets kind of funny though. Just like look at people and it's like, why did you do that?
I won't let you derail my progress.
Oh, that bitch right next to me, huh?
Do something useful. And how
Liver
predictable.
down my
This is how science really works. Electrocution can create a lifetime of enduring discomfort.
too
The
much
human
nutmeg.
body is
Chestnut.
highly productive. Don't gloat yet. You're outnumbered now. I wouldn't get overconfident. Even the best occasionally disappearing before your eyes.
Too much chestnut.
I am bound.
This excitement will get your blood pumping, making it all the more tasty when I finally consume it.
Nice. Ha.
A box of jingly bullets looking for a home.
But yeah, it's just crazy though. I know I always go in the circles with my conversations. I like doing the circle thing. Especially like with relationships and that. So I am trying to find a partner. I'm very picky on certain things.
I'm old box for some deserving boy or
And
girl.
people are like, oh, you shouldn't be picky. Just date me because, I want you kind of thing. It's like, no, man.
Only 10 more seconds of shopping. No time for
So the aspects of the women that I like. Okay, so like, there was just one DoorDash girl that came in. I really had a good common thing with her in that I would say if I rated her, I would say she's a little bit above average. Like she was, roughly around my range, a little bit above average. I'd say like 6 or 7, like the way she looked in that. But personality, she's very we were talking about spiritual stuff and that. But the thing is, we connected. As in, when I talked, she listened because she was like, "Oh, that's interesting." Because I don't know what it is with women. Women, I have no idea what the fuck to talk about. They do not talk interesting. They're very dull and very boring. I don't know what the fuck it is, but it seems like they are. Well, I mean, anyway, we're talking about spirituality now. We talk about the zodiacs and that. Because I'm a very firm believer in zodiacs. Not 100% because your personality is based upon lifestyle and how you live, not based upon, spiritual awareness type of thing, like zodiacs and that. But there are signs of things that guide you in a certain way.
So cozy.
But it's all about guiding yourself. So it's just if you became a child again and you knew all the knowledge that you know now, you would change your life completely because you know the knowledge you know now. That's why it's important for children to learn basic critical structure of thinking. So if I had a kid, that kid would know an enormous amount of knowledge before they even go to school. I would teach, boy or girl. Mostly if it's a boy, I teach them how to exercise, and I teach them how to be more productive with speaking, and that I'll teach them, how to be, mathematically inclined and that with certain things and that. Patience is a virtue. Not put them on any fucking medications there. But medication. Pharmaceuticals is doctors throw that medication down your throat. And ruins. You gotta let the kid be the kid. That's why I tell everybody: no medication for children, because children are growing. There's no reason to pin them down and say, you have to be this specific way. I fucking hate that. It's like when people use God to make money off of his name. I fucking hate that. That's what happened the other day at work and that. So we had these 2 black ladies come in. They looked very germophobic type of thing. The one was wearing a mask because she was sick. I'm like, well, that doesn't do anything. His mask don't work anyway, but whatever. They work very smallly. Anyway, she came in and that with her daughter and that, and her daughter had a daughter or son or something like that. I couldn't quite remember. And like, they were very like, with the waitress said, like, there's just something wrong. I know they're going to be one of those types to be sitting there and they want free food. And so something happened. They were complaining about everything. They're not being mean about it. They're just sitting there complaining. And so our manager was talking to the lady in that, and she was just like, you knew how to conversate, because the way she was talking at, she brought up God multiple times. I was just like thinking, I was like trying to like mind talk to God, and I'm like, this is ridiculous. Number one, I ain't gonna be able to use God, and they still send with God's name. If you are a believer and you believe in the Creator, and you state that the Creator gave us these sins to not do as much, because you have free will in that, so your sin, I give it sin numbers. It's like, from 1 to 10 type thing. And when you start noticing that you're sinning a lot, and you notice it, you feel guilty about it. Because our bodies are meant to not be so much of a sinner. So when I start seeing people say, like, she say, oh, God, oh, thank you, God, bless you, God, because He paid for her food. I'm just like, why are you blessing God because you're a cheap-ass bitch literally stealing from us because you're cheap? Isn't that in the Ten Commandments? Shall not steal? You literally are stealing from us by having someone else pay for your food. That's still stealing because you didn't pay for yourself. You consumed the food, and you're supposed to give thanks to that food by paying for that food. See, this was back then. You had to hunt and gather, and there was no law say someone ate food that they didn't give you compensation for that. You know what probably happened? You probably be 6 feet under. You probably get your ass beat. Literally. Back then, people did not like thieves. Fucking back in the 1800s, people used in the Middle East and that, you see their hands chopped off in that. Once again, no one likes thieves. But nowadays, you can just make up some random shit. And like, well, as long as it gets paid for, it's okay. No, that's not the point. And I was talking about it, and I know they can hear me in that. And like, and I said, if you're a firm believer in the Bible and that, you really believe in what, God stated in that, or say Jesus stated in that, or 10 Commandments in that, if you believe in it, then don't do it. Stealing is a huge sin because it's, you're taking something that's not yours, you didn't work for it. So there's consequences. Always consequences. Now, it's not like, death type of stuff and that, but there's consequences for your actions. You get penalized for whatever you did, and then you get brought up to be taught better. I'm gonna do some stretches and that. Oh, and like everyone goes through them ropes and that. I get it. They're trying to be cool on that. Everyone's like, oh my God, look at me, and I'm so cool and so rad. It's like these dumb fucks walking around with guns and shit. Like pointing guns at cameras at like they're gangsters. You haven't even shot the damn thing. What the fuck? Oh my fucking God. It's like people posting and know how to fight, and they try to fight a bunch of random people, and they end up fighting some dude, ends up beating the shit out of them, and then they want to call the cops on them. They want to call the cops on them. Like, oh my God, he punched me in the face. Like, what'd you do? Did you get a fight with him? Maybe. Well, that's what you get. Like, it's ridiculous.
Smoking here. Poison is not Christian, but you made me desperate. It's Santa poison, you. Hello, Zeb. Too much nutmeg, Nutty?
Oh my gosh, lag. Fucking slag.
With near perfect form.
Stop lagging on me, piece of shit. PlayStation 5 is supposed to be better than this garbage. PS5 is amazing. It lags so much in the game. Fuck you.
Outside is time to give it a present. Want another? Poison's too good for you?
No sense penetrated the
Yeah, if you aim this for the weak spot, it does enormous damage. It's amazing. But yeah, it's kind of made me upset in that, and I was talking about it for a while now, and I was just saying, so like, it doesn't matter if someone pays for your food, it's still stealing because, once again, you ate the food, you should pay for it. And I can see them looking over at me, and I was throwing down some heavy-ass fucking lingo. I was like, oh, Jesus this and Jesus that, hey, can you spot me some money? Can you pay for my food? Because God said so. Excuse me, bitch? Number one, I'll be very... not to be, an asshole on YouTube. I despise people that do that shit. You know who does that? You want to say, I believe that? Lucifer does that. Lucifer goes against God's words. Why? Because he goes against God. So you say you're a firm believer in God, but you're doing the opposite of what you're supposed to be doing, guess what? That's exactly what Lucifer does. Manipulate God's words to get their way. And when you actually say that towards people that are claiming to be religious, they actually spark up like, holy shit, that's exactly what it is. You dummy. Like, these people are older too. I mean, this lady was probably like in her late 40s, early 50s. Probably went to church for 30 years or so. Probably went to church for the last 40 years. You still don't get it, huh? You work hard for your money. Period. Get a job, work. Because when things happen, so it's like, here's this. As soon as you produce a thought, that thought becomes a reality. So as soon as I think something and I don't speak it or I don't do it for the most part, depending on certain things and that, it doesn't become a reality, and then I feel guilty for not doing it. Now certain things, like right now, I want to go exercise. It's almost 2 o'clock. Should I exercise? Probably not, because I worked really hard yesterday, and walking home was a fucking bitch. My legs were barking. I think about taking a pre-workout with me and take it before I leave. Do some stretches. Do some stretches. Yeah, because I worked on my legs too hard the other day. And I haven't been eating the protein that I need to eat. Because I always seem to not fucking eat it sometimes. Stretch. Stretching is good. But yeah, that shit really drove me crazy though. I was like, oh my god, you guys are hypocrites. The thing is, these people couldn't say anything because they knew damn well that they were. They knew they were hypocrites. It was just so funny, like, listening to these people now. They're like, oh, it does make me a hypocrite. Of course it makes you a hypocrite, dum-dums. What do you think a hypocrite is? Someone says something, either doesn't do it or just says it because someone else did it. People like to imitate other people's stuff. It's crazy shit. Anyway, I'm getting off. But yeah, work's getting good in that. I'm getting more hours. And I hope my schedule stays the same. And I hope she doesn't change it. Because, you know, well, I specifically told her, like, hey, don't change my schedule. Keep it the same. Because I don't have to come into work and check my damn schedule. I should just keep it the same. You know, me and another person are the only ones that work throughout the whole week. So I work Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. And some guy works Tuesday, Wednesday. Okay, all you need is a morning person for the Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And probably Monday. So you get a morning person 5 days a week. And then the other guy, he works, I think he does work Monday. I'm not 100% sure if he does work Mondays or not. I know he works Tuesday, but maybe he works the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. He works a double shift on Tuesday and Wednesday. Because that's how it used to be. Yeah, as long as you're giving us the hours that we need, giving us the money that we need, I'm going to stay there. If I feel that it's good production, I would say, like, okay, you know what? I'll stay because I see that it's good. The only reason why I want to leave is because of me not getting the hours. I had to force the 3 days that I work, I literally had to come in early to force myself to pick up more hours. So like someday, like today and that, I'll probably come a little early today. It's not even 2 o'clock yet. It's almost 2. And I'll probably come like 30 minutes early today. So I'm always like estimated from like 15 to 30 minutes for the 5 days. Well, it's 4 days right now. Because I know I work Thursday. So I'm like, okay. So yeah, we'll see how the money is. The money should be 25 hours was like a little bit over 300. So I'm thinking, especially she actually gave me my raise. She gave me my raise, it's going to be over 300. And then, say if I'm working 30 at the minimum, normally I would say about 33 or 34 hours. Say if it's 35, I get 10 more hours in. It should be over 400 and something easily. It should be like 410 that. It's $100 more. That's a huge amount. That's $400 more a month. That is a huge amount more. That's why I like working at Hooters, man. Hooters, man, I constantly made $520, $550 every week. I was making money. I mean, the money was just stacking up. You know, I didn't even think about it. Anyway. Goodbye. That was